Welcome to MountBlue Prep. MountBlue Prep is a proprietary track of MountBlue which helps you in improving your problem solving skills and help you in completing the Hacker Rank Challenge of 2600 points. So these are the beginner level JavaScript sessions that we are having. In this series of sessions, today I'll be taking up the concept of strings in JavaScript, how you are going to handle and manipulate the strings. And also we'll be covering few problems also, some basic and some advanced problems, how we can do it using string handling in JavaScript, that I'll take up in today's session. Good. See, in the primitive types of data type, we are having number is one category. Any programming language that you take, you are required to handle the data that is numeric format. And the second kind of data that you are going to handle in a program, every program is that is in the form of what? String. So every programming language has got a separate discussion and separate support for what? String manipulation, that can be text or string. Good. So in JavaScript also we have rich functions using which we can manipulate the strings. Good. So basically what is a string here? A string is collection, isn't it? Collection or group of characters. Isn't it? So you can call a string as an array of characters also. That characters can be anything, isn't it? That can be alphabets or digits or special characters you can have in a string. Good. So how to create a string in JavaScript is this way. Like how do we declare a string is like you can declare a variable string variable, then you can give here within the double quotes. Anything that is enclosed within the double quotes is a string. Or you can declare in the single quotes also. That is also a string. Good. So this is the second way. And you can have here where s is equals to in the backticks. That is also a string. Good. So this is also a string. There are three ways in which we can create a string in Java. And there is another way also. Like you can create a string object. Like suppose if I create here where st is equals to new string. And if I give you a string, it's an object, isn't it? Now in this case you are creating a string object that is having what that is based on the string, and you are initializing it with what? Computer. Now you can just check it out, console.log type of str. What you are getting here, str in this case, it's a string, isn't it? Now in this case we have declared st, so it will be of what type? Let's check here, console.log type of s, not s here, it's st. Now you can see it's an object. So there are different ways in which we can create a string. Good. Now let's see, when we are saying a string is collection or array of characters, and JavaScript strings are immutable. What do you mean by immutable? Once you are assigning, you cannot change its contents. Or like a string is an array of characters. You can see, suppose if you are having a string, let me clarify this one. Suppose if you have a string with geeks, str, so g is at the index of what? 0. E is at the index of what? 1. So like that you are going to have the characters stored at the index starting from where? 0, 1 by 1. So JavaScript strings also follow the same concept. Now suppose if you want to get the character at the index of 0, you can see here str of 0. So you'll be getting which character here? That is C. That is the first character. If you want to get the character at the index of 1, you can just give your 1. Str of 1 is what? O. That way you can use string and get its character by its what? Index position. Now you can use a loop to display all the characters in a string. Let's check that one. Where for index I'm using one variable I, then I less than str dot length. The length property will give you the number of characters in the string. Let's do a console.log of this one. You want to display, you want to get the characters one by one. That is how you can get it. Str of I will just give you that. You can see here, computer, you got it one by one. Good. Now, JavaScript strings are immutable. What do you mean by strings are immutable? That is, suppose if I change the value str of I, sorry, not I, like directly at the 0 is equals to, I'm giving, instead of say I'm giving k. So generally for an array, it will just update the value at the index of 0 with k. But you can see here it did not change. This we are getting was c only. So that is what we mean by JavaScript strings are what? Immutable. Once created, once assigned, you cannot change it. So this is how you can just create a string and access the characters in a string one by one. Good. The length property str.length will give you the number of characters in a string, and thereby one by one we can get the characters from that. Fine. Now, like you cannot change this one, but if you want to change, take the characters and assign to some other string, you can do it. Like if you want to join the strings, example, for that you can use this s is equals to. So if you are giving str plus, you can use the plus operator here to concatenate. Just it will just add the string, and that you are storing in s. So that same thing can be done using the function also. The same thing I can just do it for str dot concat of what in the world if you're giving. The same you're getting about computer world. Now if you look at str, it won't change, isn't it? Str won't change here. After concatenating, it is just returning the value, isn't it? So for concatenating, you can use the function concat, or you can just use the plus operator and concat that. Good. Now let's do one simple program. Like suppose given a string, isn't it? Display the vowels in that. Only vowels you want. So what should be the output in this computer if you are having? You should get what? O, U, and E. Only these things should be displayed from a string. Good. So what we are going to do, how we are going to compare for var I is equals to 0, then semicolon I less than str dot length. Good. One by one, you want to get the characters. This one logic, simple logic will follow. What we will take every character and compare. If it is what str of I, yeah, is equals to a, isn't it? So you have to write what a. Then yeah, guys, everyone, can you try? What is it? What should be the next condition? Everyone, just text me in the chat. Yes, you can text me in the chat. How you are going to compare? You have to get the vowels from this one. I'm taking the character that is I at the I position. That is what is equals to a. Whether it is a, R, isn't it? R, fine. Fine, Ranjit, good. So you have to use the R operator here. Then str of I instead of str of I is equals to what? E, isn't it? The same way you are going to repeat it for all the characters. If it is any among these things, we are going to display that one. str of I with a e I u. So the given character is any one among these things. So we can say that it is what vowel. So you can just display that character. If it is not that, if this condition is satisfied, so what is this operator is logical OR, isn't it? If the character that we are processing is either A or E or I or O or U, then we can say it is what it is. Good. So we are getting that. You can see here O, U, and E. These are only being displayed here. You can count the vowels, whatever task it is. You can just do that one. This is one way, guys. Yeah. Suppose if you have in capitals, yeah, JavaScript is purely case sensitive, isn't it? Suppose if you have capitals, will it be displayed? Isn't it? So A, we are not getting any output here. Still we have O, U, and E. So what we have to do here? What is the logic that we are going to use? Yeah, we have to use the lowercase function. Good. One thing. Or we have to, if we are not using lowercase, we have to write for the capitals also. These all things have to be written again for the caps also. Isn't it? That would complicate your logic. Good. So what we can do is we can just convert. Suppose we are getting the input string in the form of that one. So we can use the function here to, there is a function in this one to lower case in the strings. So that will convert the given string to lower case. Isn't it? Now you can see here. You can just check the console.log str also. So to lowercase will convert that one to what? Lowercase, complete string. You can see here computerizing. So input we are getting in the capitals, we have assigned. Yeah. So suppose from some other external source, if you get the input in low capitals and you want to convert, this is one logic. And there is another logic also that you can use here. Yeah, simple. If you don't want to complicate this thing, you can use that. What is that? You can declare an array of vowels is equals to A, then E, then I, then O, and U. Isn't it? This is an array of what vowels? Now then we don't have to write this complete condition. So we can just skip that. So what you are going to write, if the character that we are checking is any that is present in these vowels array, vowels dot includes function is there. Yesterday we have seen that one. What is includes? It will check if a given character is there in the array, it will return true. Otherwise, it will return what? False. Str of I, isn't it? If vowels dot includes str of I, then it's a vowel, isn't it? Just we have taken here this also. Let me make it simple here. We just create an array of vowels, isn't it? Then you have just you're checking vowels dot includes if this array, whatever this array is having what characters, includes the character str of I. So first it is checking C. Okay, it's not there, it will return false. It is not displayed. Yeah, there's a bracket missing. Unexpected. This is a condition. If condition bracket was missing, so O, U, and E. Good. So you got this one, guys. So this is how you can just check this one whether you're having this one. And moreover, like the characters in this string, whatever characters we are having in the form of what ASCII codes. So let's see that one. So suppose if I want to display the, so let's delete this. Any queries in this, you can just text me in the chat. I'll address them at the end of the session. Count the capitals. Count the characters which are capital. So how you are going to check? Suppose if we are given a string, this is computer. You have to count how many capitals are there. Now in this case it should return 2. Why? There are two capitals here. T is capital and C is capital. So how many capitals are there? So how you are going to check? One by one you have to process that characters and check if we are getting capital. So how will you check that one? If str of what? I is greater than or equals to, I'm just simply giving what? Capital A, and str of I less than or equals to capital Z. Then just you can count. So how can we just console? You can just do that one, log count. So there are two capitals here, you can see here. Now let's change this. You're getting three capitals here, isn't it? So what is the logic here? Simple code is that, okay, whatever character that you are taking, if it is greater than or equals to A, so you may be confused, sir, how can we use the relational operator on a character? Isn't it? It's a string actually. So it will be manipulated in the form of what? Its ASCII value. So I'll just cover that within a few minutes. What is ASCII value? So this is one way you can do. If you do not remember what are the ASCII values and what code, simply you can just check this way also. Whatever character you are having, you can just give greater than or equals to A and less than or equals to Z to check. In the same way, if you want to just check for what lowercase, you can give what is small, isn't it? It will just display the lowercase. Okay, so getting 0. Z between A and Z. So there are 11 characters which are in the lower case that are between A and Z. Okay, this is another way you can just check. And suppose you want to count the number of digits. Suppose your computer may be having a string, may be having digits. A string that is enclosed with a number that is enclosed within the double quotes is a string. You cannot call it a number. So you can just give you what in the single quotes, you can give it about 0, and if it is between 0 and 9, then it will display what how many digits are there, isn't it? You can see how many digits are there in this one. Suppose if you give like this 99, it will give you what 5. Good. So there are some of the things like whenever you are manipulating, you are handling strings, so you are required to process the each character and check what is that character. Yeah, if at all you want to compare with the special characters also, sometimes you have to check for what these symbols. If you are having what at the rate or you have dollar symbol or hash symbol is there, isn't it? Like that, from there you want to extract something. So we get that problem. So you can just use these also in the comparison. Okay, guys. Yeah, let's talk about the ASCII code. How we can for every character that we have in a string, we have an ASCII code. So how to get the ASCII code, we'll see here. Let's comment this. You can just check here. What is the ASCII? If you want to get the ASCII code for a particular character, so in the string we are having a function called as char coded. Okay, so you can just check it out. Str dot char code at, and it will take the index. Suppose I'm giving the index as 0. So what is the char code of C here? Let's see here. Console.log and check it out. Count is not defined here, this one. So what you got here, value as what? 99, isn't it? The ASCII value of C is what? 99, isn't it? Fine. So every character that we are having is represented with its what? ASCII value. Now you want to get the ASCII value of a particular character. In JavaScript, we have the char code function that is in the string object that will give an index. Suppose you want to get the character ASCII value of O, you can just give your index as what? 1. The ASCII value of O is how much? 111. The ASCII value of M. What do you mean by ASCII value actually? Sorry, not M. It's index we have to give here. 2. Yes, and everyone, just can you just text me in the chat? Yeah, guys, someone is annotating. Do not annotate. What is ASCII value? Could text me in the chat, everyone. So character, yeah, ASCII means American Standard Code. What is that actually? Fine. So each and every character that we are having, no, that will be represented with a code characters, isn't it? You can just check it out. What are the ASCII values for every character? Also, you can just get it. So every character that we are having is represented with the ASCII code. Very good. Good answers from Ankit. Good. Integer representation of a character. Nitesh Singh is right. Good. Fine. Code of a particular alphabet. Good. Fine. So every, yeah, number values of characters. Good. So actually, why ASCII values are needed? So whenever we are having A, that will be converted to ASCII value. From ASCII, it will be converted to binary or hexadecimal, and that will be manipulated by your computer. As your computer understands ones and zeros, isn't it? So whenever we are giving here computer or CSC, like suppose if I give here CSC, so we'll get it differently now. ASCII values. Good. So ASCII values for every character is different. Let's see that one. Print that. So let's give you a ASCII value str.length. Now what is that character? Also let's display a str of I. We can check here. ASCII value of C is what? 67, isn't it? Suppose if it was A and Z, let's see here. ASCII value of capital A is how much? 65, and for capital Z is how much? 90. For lowercase A to Z, A is starting from what? 97 and 122. Yeah, you can see that, isn't it? It is starting from where? 97, and it will end at what? 122. So you can just manipulate the values by their ASCII code also. Like the previous example we have written. No, I want to display only the capitals in a string. So for that I can use this. What you can just declare where code ASCII code. This code here refers to what? ASCII code of I. If code greater than or equals to, what is the ASCII value of capital A is 65, isn't it? And code less than or equals to what? 90 for capital Z. Then you can just display that. So it will display only what? Capitals in a given string, isn't it? Only capitals. A was left out. Suppose if you're having computer in lowercase, you can see here. That is also what left out. Good. So we are manipulating. Like previously, how we have done directly, A we have given capital A and capital. If you are using ASCII code, this is how you can do it. And for lowercase, it is what? 90. And lowercase z is how much? 122. You can see here. So that is how you can use the function. What is that function we are using is what? Char code at. So the function char code at will give you the ASCII value of the character in a string at the given index. Fine. Yes. Let's do some string handling functions. Few. It should be helpful. So you have a function already. You have seen that length property is there. String dot length will give you the length two lowercase. In the same way, you have two low uppercase, isn't it? Like str is equals to computer. It will not change. It's the contents of str. Just you can see here str dot two lowercase and two uppercase functions are there. It will just convert that string. You have seen the concat function also. How we can just concatenate the string. Yeah. So you want to check the index of a particular string or value in a string, then you can use the function index of. The index of will return what? If that character or string is there in the given input string, then you will get that at what index that is there. If it is not there, you will get the value as minus, let's see, minus 1. So minus 1 indicates that the given string or given character was not found in the string. For that, you can use this one. If you are having that repeated multiple times, computer manufacturing. So index of has given us this index. Suppose you want to get the last index of, you can use this one, last index of. Same just like an array. So where that string or character was has occurred last, so that we can get it using the last index of. Yeah. We can also determine if from array. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Good, good, good. Now, from a given string, if you want to extract parts of a string, for that we are having. If you want to extract certain characters from a given string, for that we can use the functions like we are having slice function is there. Then there is str is there. And there is str. Sorry, sub str and sub string. So these are the functions that we can use. Slice is there. Then you can use sub str, then sub string. So these are the functions that we can use. So what is the difference between these? Let's see. Console.log str.slice. So you're giving the index from where you want index 1 and that is an index. You can see you are able to extract the parts of a string. So you got as OM, isn't it? Suppose you are giving the starting index as 0, it will just take what? C also, com, C-O-M, isn't it? So this is the starting index and this is the ending index, just like an array. In the array also you have the function slice. So here string also supports the same function slice, using which you can get the string extracted. That is from the starting index to the end index. Yeah. Now you can let's go to this console and check. Get a clear idea about this one control shift. Yeah, guys, let's check here. You can just get it using what substring also. So how it is different from substring means you are having two parameters here. Just check it out here. First parameter is from where and length. Length is nothing but the number of characters you want, isn't it? Substring also will extract. So suppose if you are starting from second and I want how many characters? 4 characters. So you got the output as what? MPUT, isn't it? Now this will be different if you are using what? Slice, isn't it? Slice 2 comma 4 means starting from second index will, isn't it? Second index is what? This one. From there, isn't it? Ending index excluding that one. So it will go up to 3. So you got what? M and P. These two characters were extracted. That is the difference between sub str and slice. And there is one more thing also. It is start and end. Suppose where it is starting and end, where it is ending, isn't it? That is starting at the index of position of 0 and 2. So what in the substring we can give the negative indexing also, whereas that cannot be given in the slice. Okay. So this is how you can use the string handling functions. Further, you can just read from this one. I suggest you to read the string handling functions from the Mozilla Documentation Network. Having string manipulations, I just suggest you to read that one. That is strings. You can just go through the documentation of this one. Okay, slice and all other things. Not only this one, like you have string manipulation functions are there that you can just check here, guys. This will help you out. All the functions that are there in this one. I recommend you to go through that one. Okay, fine. And you have a function here replace. So replace function is used to replace a particular character. Like fine. So replace is there. What replace does is that you want to replace what e with some. Okay. Isn't it? So wherever you are having e, that has been replaced with what? K. In the same way you are having all occurrences of that. For that you can use what? Replace all. So all occurrences of e will be replaced. So in the above case, only the first occurrence of e will be replaced. Whereas with replace all, it will replace all the occurrences of e with what? K. That way you can use this one. Yeah, suppose if I have a string here, computer com dot repeat. I want to repeat it for some number of times. Good, good. String is immutable. Good, Nitesh Singh. String is immutable. It won't change that one. It will just create as it is. You have to go to that. It will return a string where s is equals to computer s dot replace of e with k, isn't it? Now just check this one. Console dot log s. So what you are getting here? S. This one. After performing replacement, it will give you another string here actually. Okay. You can just better understand with this one. You can just give your string some t. Okay. Just check t now. It will be having the replace character. It will do the replacement and then create a string and do that. Good. I hope that works. Fine. Good. Now let's do one program here. Like fine to check whether a string is palindrome. Like, do we have a function directly to reverse? Like, what is a palindrome? Most of you may be knowing that given a string, suppose if you reverse that, isn't it? Yeah, given an input string, if you are reversing it, if you get the same string, yeah, let's take this one, Adam. If you are reversing this, so how you are going to revert? Do we have a function directly like reverse in C language or C++? Yeah, we do not have a reverse function in strings, but in arrays we have. Yeah, yeah, fine, right. The texting it's right. Hmm. So how we are going to check whether a string is palindrome? Look here, guys. We do not have a function in strings, but in arrays we have that one. So just I'll make it easy for you. Suppose if you have an array with values, what values? C, S, E. Is it? It's an array, isn't it? You have characters in an array. Uh, just use what reverse. So you're getting those characters in the reverse order, but it is on an array, not on string, isn't it? So my question is how you are going to convert a string to array. If I'm able to convert this string to array, okay, you can get it. So for that we are having a function called as what? Split. So split at the given character. So if you do not give any character, it will be blank space here. Then we are getting here. The split function will split the given string at the specified character or string and returns an array. You see here we are getting an array here. Okay. Yeah, we can just do it. Yeah, there are many logics. I'll try to follow the simple one. The split function, just try to understand here. We'll split a given string. Suppose if we are having time here 12, 20 and 23. This string, isn't it? Suppose I want to split here. At what point you want to split that you are giving here, which character? You can say you're getting an array split at that point. Is that clear? That is how you can use the function split and split an string and get an array from that one. So I'll be using the same here. Let's split that one. So how can we split that one is this way. Str dot split, isn't it? So what we are getting, let's check here. An array. Okay, so after splitting it's immutable. So we have to store that in some another string. Let's take here temp or s, isn't it? After splitting. So here in this case s will be an array, isn't it? You can just check that here it's an array. Now if I reverse this one, I'll store in the same thing. So s is equals to s dot reverse, isn't it? So we are getting the reversed string here that is there in s. Good. So we got madam only. So suppose we give some other character here, we can see we got getting reversed. String is getting reversed. Now how we are going to combine a string again, isn't it? We got a string, but it's an array. It's in the form of an array. So how we are going to join that? For that, there is a function called as join. Using join, you can just combine a array that is having different characters can be combined by using the function join. Let's check that as well. Suppose if you have an array like this with the values 1 comma 2 comma 30 comma 89 8. If I just specify here join, so but the separator is no separator, I want just to combine them. You can see here we are getting a string here. It is enclosed within the double quotes, isn't it? Suppose if you are having a string here like this in the form of an array, C S E. So how would you join this one? Dot join, isn't it? So we are getting a string here. So we can just do it here same way. So once we are getting it reversed, we can join it. So what you are going to do, S is equals to S dot join. Good. So the reverse string we are getting in the join. You can just check it out, isn't it? If V madam is there, madam V we are getting. That is reversed. Now let's compare this one. So original string is str is equals to what? S. We can just simply say what? Say palindrome. Else not a palindrome, isn't it? So in this case, not a palindrome. V is added. You can just check it out with this one. Good. What I have done, I have just split, then revert, then I have joined, isn't it? The original string. Good. Now these all things you can just do in a single statement also, guys. How you're going to do it? So once you're splitting, you're getting this, then you're going to reverse it, then you're going to join it, isn't it? Not a palindrome. So first of all, split. Yeah, str is equals to s. Join at the place of blank space. Good. So this is how you can write in a single statement. This will give an array that is split. Then on that you are having reverse. This will give an array again, reversed array. That we are joining it using this joining the single statement. You can just check it out. Okay, guys. Any queries in this? No. Fine. Now, given a string, how you are going to count the number of words? So, how you are going to count the number of words in a string? Suppose if you are given a string, str is equals to this is a computer. So it should give you the output as what? How many words are there? 1, 2, 3, and 4 words are there in that one. Good. So the logic has come. Yeah. So what we are going to do, guys? This everyone, your own logic. Fine. So we have to count at the place of space. The answer has come from Chirag. I think anyone else? Wherever you are getting space, that is one thing. If, yeah, we are assuming that we are not having new line characters. We are not having tabs, isn't it? Like, if you are having new line characters or tabs, simple text is there, isn't it? Then how can we count? Yeah, guys, sorry for that. I think there was a glitch. Yeah, fine. Thank you. Yeah, good. The testing, you're right. That logic also I'll explain at the end, splitting it into that and getting what you call counting the length of the array. So what we can do here, if we are getting the character str of I is equals to we are comparing with what blank space. Then you can just say here it's a word plus plus where word is equals to 0. You can just take here, isn't it? It should be 4, isn't it? So why we are getting 3 guys here? Why? Because we are starting from here. So at the occurrence of first space it is 1, second space it is 2, next space it is 3, isn't it? So we have to give initialize word to 1. Good. That is one logic. Initialize word to 1. So I'll tell you that also. Suppose if the string is not having any characters like this, we are given an empty string. What we are going to do? So Peter, we can check that one. What if str dot length is equals to 0? Then we can assign word as 0. Else compulsory will have one word. So you can give here what is equals to what 1, starting from 1. Good. Okay. So length is 0. Now getting it as what 4. Fine. It works. Good. So there's another simple logic also. Like my concept is that your string, if it is having new line characters, then also it should be a word. So new line, not only space. New line means it would be taking this computer, and at the beginning of space line we are not having any space. That is book, isn't it? And when you're starting a new line, then also it should be taken. So it is better to use what this logic. Good. And suppose sometimes you will not have spaces, isn't it? Or comma, and they will not be having any spaces like this. In that case, also we should be taking this as a word. So there are special cases for that one. So we need to evaluate and write the test conditions for that one. And one more suggestion has come from Nitesh that we can just do that logic here. Suppose if you have a plain text that we can apply without any new line characters or special characters, we can apply this. You're right, Nitesh. Like we can just str is equals to str dot split at the place of what blank space. So we'll get a array, isn't it? You can just check here console.log str. So we're getting an array with these things, isn't it? This is a computer, that is book, isn't it? I can see here this is treated as single word. Good. Now it is a different word. Why? Because you have split the place of that one. So what Nitesh says is we calculating the length. Okay, just will give you the number of words in that. Good, that works. You're getting total number of words as what length. Good. Suppose you have to compare for new lines, spaces, tabs, and everything. That is the then you have to use the previous logic. That is, you have to compare the character wherever you're getting new line and other things. You have to go for that one. Yes. Okay, guys. Now, like this logic you can use, and everyone just you can give it a try. Now, count the words instead of count the words. Now, in a given string, I want to display those words whose length is more than 5. those words in a text or string whose length is more than 5. So how can we do this? Now in this case we'll get what? Computer, isn't it, as an output. Only those words whose length is more than 5. Yes, everyone, just give a try here. So we have to know where we are having a word. So this logic will work. When we are splitting that, we will get an array, isn't it? So what we can do here, for where I is equals to 0, then I less than str dot length. In this case, str will be an array now. I plus plus. We just got it. You can just console dot log str of I. Str is an array now. It's converted, isn't it? We have changed it. Good. So what you are going to do here, whose length is more than 5, isn't it? So you can just use the condition here and do that. Sorry. Yes. So you are getting the each word in a string. You want to display those words whose string is greater than 5. So what you will do here, if str of I dot length is greater than 5, then only that word should be displayed. You can just console dot log str of I. You can see here getting the word, that is what? Computer. Some other word, let's give here information. Now in this case you can get, you are getting two words, a computer as well as information. Right guys, so this is something, the very basic concept of string manipulation. I'll just take up